What's up everyone and welcome back to the channel. Let's start it with our first news. Alex Pereira, one of the UFC's biggest stars and current light heavyweight champion, has once again made headlines, this time not for a knockout or title defense, but for his decision to disregard medical advice following an injury. After his impressive performance at UFC 320, where he successfully defended his title in a dominant rematch victory over Magomed Ankalaev, Pereira revealed that he suffered a broken foot during the bout. Despite the injury, Poatan showed the same toughness and warrior mentality that has defined his career, but it seems his determination may have put him at odds with the UFC's medical team. Following his win, Pereira was advised by UFC doctors to wear a medical boot for at least 6 additional weeks to ensure proper healing. However, during a recent interview with MMA Hoj, Pereira admitted that he chose to ignore that recommendation after seeking multiple opinions. According to him, while some experts agreed with the UFC's conservative approach, others warned that keeping the boot on for too long could lead to muscle atrophy and stiffness in his foot. The UFC doctors told me to wear the boot for another 6 weeks, Pereira explained. They said it was important for recovery, but I wasn't sure. I got some more opinions. On one hand, it's good, but on the other, it could make my foot weaker and harder to move around later. The pain is manageable now. After the first few days, I kept the boot on almost all the time, only took it off for showers. I think it worked. Now walking is fine, but obviously if I try to kick, it's still going to hurt. It'll take time, but I believe I'm healing the right way. Pereira's decision showcases both his confidence and his risk-taking nature. While fans admire his fearless attitude, it's possible that the UFC brass may not be thrilled about him taking recovery into his own hands. Ignoring medical advice could potentially delay his return to the octagon if any complications arise. As it stands, Pereira remains optimistic about his recovery and seems eager to get back to full training soon. However, if his condition worsens or healing slows down, the UFC may not be pleased, especially considering the potential blockbuster matchup that's been teased between Pereira and Jon Jones, possibly even at a rumored White House card. For now, Pereira insists everything is progressing well and that he's on the right track. His fans hope his decision doesn't backfire, as the MMA world eagerly awaits the return of one of the sport's most dangerous strikers. Before we jump into the next story, we have a small favor to ask. If you're enjoying the content, please give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and tap the bell icon. It really helps us out, and ensures you'll never miss an update. Moving on to another news. In a surprising update to the upcoming UFC 322 event, rising middleweight prospect Bo Nickal has seen his highly anticipated bout moved from the main card down to the preliminary lineup. The change was confirmed during the recent UFC broadcast, leaving many fans both puzzled and disappointed, given Nickal's growing popularity and reputation as one of the sport's brightest young talents. Nickal, a former NCAA wrestling champion turned undefeated MMA fighter, was originally scheduled to face Rodolfo Vieira, a world-class Brazilian jiu-jitsu specialist, on the main card. The matchup had been touted as a fascinating clash of grappling styles, Nickal's elite wrestling versus Vieira's world champion-level submission skills. However, according to the UFC's latest update, the fight has officially been relegated to the prelims, with the promotion opting to reshuffle the main card lineup. Taking the newly opened main card slot will be the lightweight showdown between Beneil Dariush and Benoit Saint-Denis, a fight that promises to deliver high-paced action and significant implications for the 155-pound division. Dariush, a seasoned veteran and perennial contender, is looking to bounce back from recent setbacks, while Saint-Denis continues his rapid ascent through the lightweight ranks after a string of dominant performances. While the decision to move Nickal's fight off the main card might seem surprising, it's not entirely unprecedented. The UFC often makes last-minute adjustments to event lineups based on factors such as fan interest, broadcast timing, and divisional significance. In this case, it's possible that the promotion views Dariush versus Saint-Denis as a more impactful fight in terms of title contention and overall audience appeal. Still, Bo Nickal's demotion has sparked conversation among fans. Many argue that his star power, combined with his exciting fighting style and undefeated record, makes him deserving of continued main card exposure. Others believe that the move could be strategic, designed to draw more viewers to the prelims, which are typically broadcast on free television or streaming platforms, giving Nickal a chance to gain even wider visibility. Regardless of the reasoning, the matchup between Nickal and Vieira remains one of the most intriguing stylistic battles on the card. Both men possess elite-level grappling credentials and have been working to round out their striking games, setting the stage for a compelling and technical contest. Whether on the main card or prelims, fans can expect fireworks when Bo Nickal steps into the octagon at UFC 322. Moving on to another news. After securing an impressive victory inside the octagon, heavyweight contender Waldo Cortez Acosta made headlines with a bold post-fight call-out directed at interim heavyweight champion Tom Aspinall. The Dominican powerhouse, known for his toughness and forward pressure, didn't waste any time stirring up attention following his most recent performance. In his octagon interview, Cortez Acosta addressed the adversity he faced during the bout, revealing that his vision had been severely compromised due to an eye injury. "My eye was like 20% vision," he said, "but I told myself, I don't care. I kept fighting." Showing both courage and confidence, he then turned his attention toward Aspinall, sending a direct challenge. "Aspinall, you see that fight? I'm coming for you. Be ready, because I'm ready." His emotional post-fight moment captured the audience's attention, but Cortez Acosta didn't stop there. During the post-fight press conference, he doubled down on his call-out and clarified his reasoning. When asked if the challenge was spontaneous or motivated by Aspinall's previous comments about the eye poke controversy surrounding his fight with Cyril Gane, Cortez Acosta provided a passionate explanation. He expressed that part of his motivation came from a desire to prove himself against one of the best. "It's for the honor of being a champion," he said. Tom Aspinall, he talks about eye pokes, about fighting fair. "I had my eye hurt too, but I didn't quit. I kept fighting and finished strong." Cortez Acosta also mentioned that his challenge was personal in a competitive sense, referencing mutual training partners and their shared connection within the heavyweight community. He says his training partners are the best. Cortez Acosta continued, "Well, I've trained with some of the same people. If we fight, I'll show him what real power looks like." The 32-year-old heavyweight has been steadily climbing the division, and calling out a fighter of Aspinall's caliber demonstrates both ambition and confidence. While few expect the UFC to book that matchup immediately, given Aspinall's likely pursuit of a unification bout with John Jones or another top contender, Cortez Acosta's fiery words have undoubtedly placed him in the spotlight. Fans have since taken to social media to discuss the potential matchup, with many praising Cortez Acosta's toughness and fighting spirit. His resilience despite partial vision loss in the fight impressed both fans and analysts, highlighting his warrior mentality. Whether or not the UFC takes his challenge seriously remains to be seen, but one thing is clear: Waldo Cortez Acosta is not afraid to call out the best. His determination and boldness have made him one of the most talked about heavyweights following his latest victory, and if he continues performing at this level, a clash with Tom Aspinall might not be too far-fetched. Moving on to another news. As Islam Makhachev prepares for one of the biggest challenges of his career, his welterweight debut against Jack Della Maddalena at UFC 322 on November 15, speculation continues to swirl around a potential super fight between the Dagestani star and featherweight champion Ilia Topuria. Although Makhachev has officially moved up to the 170-pound division in pursuit of a second UFC title, fans have not stopped wondering whether he might eventually return to lightweight to face the undefeated Spanish-Georgian knockout artist. Earlier this year, Makhachev vacated his lightweight title to pursue a new challenge at welterweight, setting the stage for his showdown with Della Maddalena. But ever since that announcement, fans have continued to clamor for a Makhachev vs Topuria clash, a matchup that could define the next era of the sport. For a brief period after moving up, Islam hinted that he might one day return to 155 pounds to reclaim his belt. However, in a recent interview with Match TV, the champion made it clear that such a move is unlikely anytime soon. When asked whether he would consider going back down to fight Topuria, Makhachev acknowledged the ongoing buzz around the matchup, but downplayed his personal interest in making the cut again. "I think so, it would be nice," he said. "The fans are interested, and so am I. This fight is what people keep talking about." Despite that initial openness, Islam quickly clarified his stance, explaining that his motivation for returning to lightweight simply isn't there anymore. "How could it be interesting to me?" Makhachev asked rhetorically. "What do I gain by going back to 155 and beating Topuria? Win the belt again? I already have it. The fans are the ones most interested in this fight, not me. I'm not interested in cutting down to 155 and torturing myself again. I want to fight at 170, eat well, enjoy my training camp, and focus on new challenges." Makhachev's comments suggest that he's firmly committed to his new division, preferring the physical comfort and competitive opportunities available at welterweight. Still, he left the door slightly open, acknowledging that the fight could happen in the future, possibly if Topuria decides to move up himself. Interestingly, The featherweight champion has already expressed interest in testing himself at higher weight classes, hinting that a collision between the two could occur at welterweight rather than lightweight. On a lighter note, during the same interview, Makhachev was asked to pick 3 fighters he would want by his side in a street fight. His choices showcased both respect and humor: Khabib Nurmagomedov, Daniel Cormier, and Cain Velasquez. When the interviewer joked that Cormier is now in his 40s, Islam grinned and responded with a playful jab, saying, "That's fine, Cormier can be thrown forward as a shield." With his trademark wit and composure, Makhachev continues to balance serious championship ambition with the lighthearted charisma that makes him one of the most likable champions in the sport. As his welterweight debut approaches, fans around the world eagerly await to see whether Islam Makhachev can cement his legacy as one of the UFC's most dominant and versatile fighters. Moving on to another news, Tom Aspinall is once again under fire, this time for allegedly making the UFC's heavyweight division look bad following the controversial ending to his fight with Cyril Gane at UFC 321. The bout ended abruptly after an accidental eye poke forced the referee to stop the contest, and while many sympathized with Aspinall's injury, others criticized him for not continuing. Now, surging heavyweight contender Walter Walker has joined the chorus of critics, claiming Aspinall's decision to stop the fight was unworthy of a true heavyweight champion. Ever since the moment the fight was waved off, debate across the MMA community has been relentless. Some fans believe Aspinall should have told the doctor he could see just well enough to continue. Others argue he exaggerated his condition after Gane had landed several clean strikes. To them, the stoppage tarnished the credibility of the heavyweight division, one built on toughness, endurance, and grit. Speaking with James Lynch, Walter Walker didn't hold back his criticism. "He made the heavyweights look bad," Walker said. "We're big guys, strong guys. You get poked in the eye once, they give you 5 minutes to recover, and you pull out of the fight? That's not what gladiators do. We're supposed to be warriors of the modern era." Walker even drew a comparison to his own experience. During his UFC 321 bout against Lewis Sutherland, he broke his leg mid-fight, but still managed to secure a heel hook victory. "I knew something was wrong, but I kept fighting," he continued. "I gave my best because I know the UFC takes care of their fighters. If something goes wrong, they'll pay for surgery, they'll cover the doctors. I'm not afraid to go out there and fight to the end. But this guy, Aspinall, gets poked once and calls it off. It doesn't look good for the division." Meanwhile, the MMA world continues to express frustration over eye poke-related fight stoppages. Veteran referee Herb Dean also shared his thoughts in a recent interview with Helen Yee, acknowledging that fighters, referees, and officials alike are fed up. "We have to try something," Dean said. "There's already talk about making automatic point deductions or changing how the rule is enforced. It's difficult because everything happens in real time, but something has to change." Dean even revealed a startling admission, that some fighters have privately told him they committed fouls, including groin kicks, intentionally during fights. "We can't read minds," Dean said, "but after they retire, some fighters have admitted certain fouls were deliberate." With rising frustration from fans, fighters, and officials alike, UFC 321 might ultimately serve as the breaking point for long overdue changes in MMA's rules, especially when it comes to dangerous fouls like eye pokes. Moving on to another news, former UFC lightweight champion Charles Oliveira has opened up about his recent loss to Ilia Topuria, admitting that his strategy during the fight was flawed and that he made a big mistake in his approach. The Brazilian fan favorite, known for his aggressive style and submission prowess, reflected on what went wrong in his matchup with the undefeated Topuria, and how a few key tactical errors may have cost him the fight. In a recent interview, Oliveira was asked about a pivotal moment in the bout when Topuria absorbed a sharp elbow strike and appeared completely unfazed. A fan commented that Topuria ate the elbow and didn't even flinch, to which Oliveira responded with refreshing honesty. "Because I was stupid," he admitted bluntly. "The guy is shorter than me, and he's a boxer. What should I have done? I should have stayed on the outside, used my kicks, and forced him to come forward, then gone for the takedown. Instead, I did the opposite. I tried to take him down first and then put my hands on him. I threw my punches, but he landed first. That was my mistake." Oliveira explained that his decision to engage Topuria in close-range exchanges, playing into the Spaniard's boxing strengths, was not part of the original game plan. Known for his high fight IQ and adaptability, Oliveira said the pressure of the moment led him to fight emotionally rather than strategically. "It happens," he said with a shrug. "That's fighting. Sometimes you go in there with a plan, but once the punches start flying, instincts take over. I got caught. It's part of the game." Despite the disappointment, Oliveira emphasized that setbacks are an essential part of every fighter's journey, and that he intends to come back stronger. "It's all in your mind," he continued. "You can't let a loss break you. You have to take it, learn from it, and come back better. That's what champions do. I made mistakes, but I'll correct them. We come back stronger." Oliveira's candid admission highlights the fine margins that separate victory and defeat at the highest level of mixed martial arts. Against a sharp counter-striker like Topuria, one wrong tactical choice can change everything. Still, fans and analysts alike respect Oliveira's willingness to take accountability, a rare trait among elite fighters. As the Brazilian star sets his sights on redemption, many are eager to see how he adjusts his approach in his next outing. Whether at lightweight or featherweight, Charles Oliveira remains one of the most dangerous and beloved fighters in the UFC, and if history is any indication, Du Bronx will return with a vengeance.